Whoa. You not just do that! Take a picture of me and our bottles. Bring out your bottle.
Lose the bottle.
My bottle.
Lose the bottle. What do you want to do? Lose the bottle?
Gotcha, bitch!
Listen, y'all, if your ass crack is not wet when she's sucking your dick, she didn't do it correctly.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Like booty.
Look at Yak.
Yeah, wet mouth. Wet mouth. And listen, Yak, if you want your toes sucked on too, the offer on the table.
Now, an average girl that doesn't have a social media presence, that probably makes sense. But when I was in OnlyFans, I was making at least $100,000 a month. And that's why I was able to pay so much money.
Why did you stop?
Well, I was working with Fresh and Fit, and I was getting my head filled with all this. Oh, you're
it's not your head filled, Zena. You actually had realizations, and it was beautiful. You
yes,
cried
but
on the panel saying
stop,
that...
but let me finish my point, because at the end of the day, I already did it. So it doesn't matter to quit it when I was already doing it. And I'm sorry, I was taking care of myself. I was providing for myself, and all my bills are paid. I've struggled more having quit. Yes, is my mental better now that I'm not on there?
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
But guess what? People still harass me to this day and call me an OnlyFans and send videos or pictures of my OnlyFans.
Well, that's
too.
why I always
so
say...
what was the point?
What's I always say... And look, I'm not encouraging you to get back on that pole.
Yeah.
But that's what I always say. Once you do it,
like,
don't
you might
stop.
as well do it, save up. Now, I should have listened to Myron's
Like, you've already done it.
advice.
People are going to call you a or whatever.
I don't know about you, but the older I get, the finer I get, the richer I get, the better I get. It's not a delusion. I mean, I can show you pictures.
Okay.
I can show you stats.
Okay, no, I'm gonna show you a stat right now.
too.
Men polled all over the world between 18 to 60 years old.
Yeah.
Guess what they find the most attractive female age group?
What?
18 to 24.
I'm just saying, what are you doing with a 25-year-old woman at 33, sir?
Men don't look for the same things that women do. And this is what I laugh at, because women think they know what men want, but y'all really have zero clue. You want experience. You want money. You want competence. Guess what I want? I want the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be a strong masculine man who's a leader, who could pay for things and take care of a woman. I need a woman that's not gonna... No, I don't care about competency. Most men don't.
It's crazy.
Most men don't give a shit at all about a woman's competency. What they're more important with is she competent to follow my lead and be moldable to what I want.
Yeah.
Men want younger women. I'm 33 years old. I'll be damned if I date a 33-year-old woman. That's a goddamn shame.
It's one side. Look, that's why American relationships are failures. That's why American women, on a global context, are the worst for relationships, long-term period. That's why the divorce rate is the highest in the world here, and that's why, on a desirability level, American women are at the bottom of the global barrel. This is all statistically documented from men, because at the end of the day, the ones who decide if a woman is valuable for a relationship is men.
Well, the man is the person that's going to have to, obviously, propose and buy the ring and all that stuff.
And give them the ring.
Real quick, I just want to have everybody answer this.
Meanwhile, I had a one-night stand last night, and he says to me, "Oh my God, that was amazing. You want to play a game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "Have you ever heard of the airplane game?" And I'm like, "Sounds kinky, but no. How do you play that?" And he's like, "You take the fuck off."
I had so much fun, thank you.
Me too. So do you want to come in for dessert?
Well, like a chocolate cake or something.
No, more like a cream pie.
I'm good, bro. Lactose intolerant.
Majority of high schoolers were graduating with their virginity before there was sex education, and then when they put sex education in the classroom, the majority of them within 10 years were not graduating with their virginity, so it actually sexualized children.
Yeah. Kim, my understanding, but the reason why was because the first manifestations of sex education was abstinence only.
And it was working is what I'm saying to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was working. So abstinence, it used to be, and I'm not at all trying to, I'm just telling you what the facts are here. When abstinence was the cultural simulation, when everyone said you should be abstinent, you should not have sex before marriage, that idea was permeated throughout culture. It was reflected in culture. There were no sex ads. There weren't people naked on the internet, and people lived their lives. It was considered a big thing, to lose your virginity. You were actually considered someone that maybe a guy wouldn't want to marry because you lost your virginity. That was the cultural understanding, in the 50s and the 60s. And then in the 70s, you had this fourth wave of feminism that reared its ugly head and started associating sexual promiscuity to freedom, and things completely flipped.
Meanwhile.
No, I don't kiss because if you kiss, you fall in love. So I don't kiss no niggas.
Okay, so if it's your sneaky link, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna give no head.
No, I'm giving head, but I'm not kissing.
Huh? You think men want women who dress provocatively or modestly?
Absolutely not. I think men want women who dress modestly because they look for a girl who respects herself and that wouldn't put herself out there in a disrespectful way. And I don't mean that in any type of disrespectful way against women. I think a woman should dress however the fuck she wants to dress. Fuck whatever a man says. But I think if I was a man and looking from a man's perspective, they're looking for a woman who dressed more in a conservative way.
And you?
An outfit is never the answer, but I feel like if you want a traditional man, be a traditional woman. Amen. Exactly. A lot of women who go out, show their ass, all that shit. If you want a traditional man, you have to be a traditional woman.
Are you looking for a traditional man?
I'm not looking for nobody. I got a mission, and that's music. I'm a musician artist, so that's my mission in life. I'm not looking for nobody. No love.
But what if a man were to come into your life? Would you be willing to play, put that to the side and then support him?
He's worth my time.
If he respects who I am as a person and a human being and a woman, everything in one, then it is good.
How much money do you think you've touched in your lifetime?
My first month, I feel like, if I remember correctly, it was like 30 grand, 50 grand, something like that. That was a long time ago. It's not the same, I'll tell you that. On OnlyFans alone, I've made over $250,000 in like 3 years, 4 years maybe. And I had to really be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? What do you have to show for that? You don't own a house. I had a car, but I can't even get into a new one. I can't even afford to get into a new one right now. It's what the fuck?
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
Hey, could I have your number?
666-3629.
Oh.
Ma?
Yeah, puppy?
Do we have a cat?
No, why would we have a cat?
Because Dad last night was saying, oh, I'm going to beat that kitty, baby. Why would Dad even want to hurt a cat?
What are you listening to? What happened? Nobody was saying something.
You need to be in bed, all right?
If my daughter was a
if your daughter grew up to be a would you no if your daughter grew up to be a would you disown her?
I would.
Yes. Okay. You would disown your daughter for being a porn star? Would you disown your daughter for being a porn star?
So when we say disown, though, are we saying never talk to her again?
Yes. He completely shunned her. He doesn't speak about her. When he's been asked in interviews, he's he doesn't even talk about her.
So to answer your question, first off, I would make as vigorous an attempt as possible, one, to raise her correctly so that she would not even consider that as an option. If she was considering it, I would again make as vigorous and strong a case against it as possible. If she got into it, I would continue making as vigorous and strong a case for her to stop. If she continued, then yes, it would be so disappointing to me that I would probably disown my daughter.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me because if you love, that's unconditional love. You have kids. You're supposed to love them unconditionally.
I always be there for them. Whether if your kids turned to had a drug addiction, right? Would you I don't think it would be right to disown your child.
That's nasty personality.
It would sort of be the same thing. I would. See, now
we think sex work is disgusting, but
you said you turn your back on your kids. It's disgusting to turn your back on it's disgusting for me that you're willing to turn your back on your own offspring. That's disgusting to me. So say whatever you want to be disgusting
for valid reason.
How did